Durable Story, Episode 10, The Path Less Traveled. Morning light spilled across Firebird City's upper tiers, catching on glass railings and old stone alike. Mark stood at the balcony outside his father's office, watching caravans crawl along destined lanes far below. Trade, order, continuity. It would be easy to stay. When Lord Justin Towers joined him, Mark didn't turn. "You've been quiet," his father said. Mark nodded. "I know what I want to do." Justin waited. He always did. "I don't want a desk," Mark said, "or a council seat, or being protected until I'm ready to inherit something." He swallowed. "I want to see what's beyond the known routes. I want to become an adventurer, an explorer." Silence stretched. Justin's expression didn't harden, but it did settle. "That path is dangerous." "I know." "And unnecessary," Justin added gently. "You could shape Firebird City from within, learn governance, protect people without bleeding for it." Mark finally turned. "I did bleed." Justin studied his son for a long moment, then he sighed. "Your mother will not be thrilled." "I know. But I won't forbid it," Justin said. "Not if it is truly your choice." Relief hit Mark so hard his knees nearly buckled. "There will be conditions," Justin continued. "Supervision, objectives that serve the city, and discretion." Mark nodded eagerly. "I can do that." Justin softened. "I know you can." From the doorway, a slow clap echoed. Lyric Towers leaned against the frame, smiling broadly. "Finally," Lyric said. "Maybe now everyone can stop pretending you were born to replace him." Justin shot his oldest son a warning look. Lyric raised both hands. "Relax. I mean it as praise." His eyes flicked to Mark. "You choosing the road instead of the chair? Brilliant. Truly." Mark didn't know what to make of that, and it made him uneasy. Steve's parents reacted badly. Very badly. "You will remain in the army," his father declared, fingers steepled. "A weapon master is not wasted on caravan guards." Steve glanced at Mark, frustration blazing. "It's not guarding, it's exploration. It's reckless," his mother snapped, "and unsanctioned." The discussion ended there. Signed orders, sealed permissions, and influence exercised quietly but firmly. Steve stormed out afterwards, jaw tight. "If they think they can lock me into duty and I'll forget," he muttered, "they're wrong." "You won't," Mark said. Steve grinned ferally. "Nope." Darcy, unsurprisingly, took the news with delight. "If you're going north," she said lightly, eyes on Steve, "I am too." "Because of the adventure?" Bob asked. Darcy smiled. "Of course." It wasn't convincing. The dining hall of the Towers estate was empty, except for 4 people. Justin Towers, Lady Marjorie, and opposite them, Lord and Lady Minor, Steve's parents. A polished bowl of spiced nuts sat untouched between them. No one reached for it. Lord Minor's jaw was tight. "You're asking me to let my son abandon a structured military assignment so he can wander into the wilds with a group of half-trained children?" Justin steepled his fingers. "I'm asking for flexibility, not abandonment. His orders would simply be redirected." Lady Minor narrowed her eyes. "Towards danger? Towards opportunity," Marjorie corrected gently. "Mark is taking his first independent route. He needs allies who understand how he fights. Your son is already tied to him through training." "That's what concerns us," Lord Minor muttered. Justin didn't flinch. "I understand, truly, which is why I'm offering reassurance rather than pressure." He tapped a sealed document on the table. "There will be a protective presence on the route, unseen, unintrusive, but capable. Their purpose is simple: ensure the children come home." Lord Minor's gaze sharpened. "One of your operatives?" Justin inclined his head. He didn't confirm the identity. He didn't need to. The Minors knew Firebird City had protectors the public never heard about. Lady Minor exhaled slowly. "So you're guaranteeing their return?" "No," Marjorie said softly. "No one can guarantee that, but we will stack every weight possible in their favor." Silence stretched. Finally, Lord Minor sat back, defeated not by force, but by inevitability. Fine, he said, but if anything happens to my boy, Justin met his gaze evenly, it won't. The room settled. The miners didn't look happy, but they no longer resisted, and that was enough. The next morning, a courtier in crisp military dress found Steve in the training yard. Orders for Steve Miner, the courtier announced. Steve blinked, wiping sweat from his forehead. Orders? Already? The courtier handed him a sealed scroll bearing the insignia of Firebird City's Central Command. Steve broke the wax and skimmed the words, his eyes widening. Report to the Northern Caravan Expedition, reassigned to Auxiliary Escort Detail, temporary detachment from standard rotation. He reread it twice. Then a grin spread slowly across his face. He sprinted towards Mark's house. Mark barely had time to open the door before Steve barreled inside. Bro, I'm coming with you! Mark blinked. What? Steve thrust the scroll into his hands. They changed my assignment. I'm officially part of your caravan now. Mark skimmed the message, and quiet phrasing was unmistakable. This wasn't normal bureaucracy. This was influenced. Gently influenced. Steve practically vibrated. Dude, this is going to be epic! Mark smiled despite himself. Yeah, it will. Across the street, unnoticed, a member of Firebird's discreet guard force watched from a shadowed rooftop, then turned and vanished between chimneys. Orders fulfilled. Protection in place. The road to the mountain fort would be dangerous, but they wouldn't be walking it alone. They met where they always did. Ember Grill. Alexi arrived first, posture immaculate. When Mark finished explaining, she nodded slowly. I won't go, she said. Mountain Fort's climate and training culture don't fit my path. She paused. But I expect detailed letters. Bob grinned. And you'll get bad sketches, too. Nancy spoke last. I'll come, she said. Everyone turned. I'm already training as a merchant, she continued, cheeks warm, but voice steady. Caravans, routes, negotiation, going north makes sense. And she glanced at Mark. I want to. Mark nodded, heart thudding. I'm glad. Bob slapped the table. Then I'm in. Somebody has to keep you guys alive. Steve raised his mug. Northbound! Darcy clinked hers against his. Northbound! Alexi smiled. Right. The caravan took shape faster than anyone expected. Nancy negotiated purchases with quiet, startling competence. Fire-resistant fabrics, lightweight glasswork, medicinal cactus extracts, precision metal components, items Mountain Fort valued highly, and Firebird produced efficiently. Mark and Steve funded the wagons openly. Justin Towers helped differently. A permit approved faster than it should have. A routing waiver quietly adjusted. A gate schedule aligned. No paper trail led back to him. Thane inspected the final lineup without comment, then said, You've chosen a road with fewer rules. Mark nodded. That's what I want. Thane rested his hand on his shoulder. Then walk it well. At dawn, the caravan assembled beneath Firebird City's northern gate, smaller than the last expedition, more exposed. Mark stood at the front, sword, shield, and choice finally made. Nancy checked the inventory one last time. Bob adjusted the straps. Darcy leaned close to Steve, already whispering plans. Steve tested a newly formed blade, light catching along its edge, and above them, the city watched. Justin Towers did not come to the gate, but Lyric did. Try not to die, his brother said pleasantly. It would be terribly inconvenient. The gate opened. As the caravan rolled out towards Mountain Fort, the familiar prickle brushed against the back of Mark's neck. The Watcher. Still there, still following. Mark adjusted his grip on his shield and stepped forward anyways. Some paths were chosen because they were safe. Others because they were yours.